Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala rasulihil kareem. Wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man istanna bi sunnatihi ila yawmiddin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers. We are studying another section of the Seerah of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We finished Battle of Tabuk last week. So today we are very close actually to the end of the Seerah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is today that we're starting. We'll do it in two parts, inshallah ta'ala. This is called the year of delegation. The delegation means the different tribes, they come to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and they give their allegiance and accept Islam. But not all delegation were the same. There are groups of people, they came and they accepted Islam very enthusiastically. There are groups who came, got the message, and they took time from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, say, okay, we'll think about it and we'll come back. And there are groups who came even to threaten Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and try to even kill him. There are groups like this also. So not all delegation means good news in that sense. So there are people that and there are a lot of groups that came, they accepted Islam, but as soon as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away, they get away from the Islam, and we'll come to those later on, inshallah ta'ala. They became murtad, they didn't follow the Islam, and they follow the false prophet. So in that case, we'll start this section today. The delegation basically started after the Battle of Ahzab, so after the 5th year of Hijrah, but all the books of the Seerah, they put it at the end, because at the 9th year of the Hijrah, the most of the delegation people came. So that's why they put everything together. But there are a few groups, they started to come after the Battle of Ahzab, the Battle of Khandak, because it was a great army that was against Muslim, almost 10,000 people from the Quraysh and other tribes of the Arab land. And there was no actual fight, but eventually they had to let go from there. So a lot of people understood that this religion is taking precedence and everything. So people start coming from them. So today, and there are books actually only for delegation, the year of delegation, the Amal Ufud as we call. So there are scholars in our time also who did PhD only in this section of the Seerah, and they have published books, and they have probably 200 tribes they listed there, when they came, what they do, what are the questions and everything. But obviously we don't have time to go through each of them. So we'll just go few of them today and few probably next week, inshallah ta'ala. So the first one, the tribe of Abdul Qais from Bahrain. So that time the current Bahrain, the country Bahrain is the land, is the island. But that time the land near that island also is called Bahrain. And these are the people from the east. And there was a prediction from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that the people from the east will come and then they accept Islam, and they will be the best people from the east side, because they are the east from the Medina. And this most of the books say this group of people came during the 5th year of Hijrah. After the Battle of Ahzab. And there is two famous hadiths regarding this. One of the hadiths is that when this group of people came in Medina, so the first person to see them was Umar radiallahu anhu. So he saw them, he was very glad, and he said, where are you from? They said, yeah, we are from the land of Bahrain and this thing. So he knew the prediction of Rasulullah, so he welcomed them. And he told them, okay, let's go to the masjid of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And everybody rushed to see the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Obviously, they are waiting for them. And these are the only group, basically, that there is no Muslim army went there to fight, basically. So they just heard the message from some da'i or something, and they accepted the Islam. So that's why they came to Medina from so far away to accept Islam. But one of the person, his name was Al-Asad bin Qais. He was a young guy among the group. He stayed back. So everybody from the marketplace went to the masjid of Rasulullah, but he stayed back and he took a shower in a place, and he put perfume on him and he get ready and everything, and then he went to see Rasulullah. And when Rasulullah saw him, he told him this famous hadith, Abdul Qais, they call by kunya Abdul Qais, you have two qualities that is loved by Allah and His Rasul. And what is this two qualities? Al-Himl, Al-Anta. Al-Himl means humility, or take things very slowly, don't rush anything. And then Anta means in the sense you don't lose your temper quickly. So both kind of similar kind of thing, because he took time. And people who are going Hajj, you will see this hadith will become. Because when we went to the Hajj, and everybody went to the Medina first, most of the people go to Medina, they are all excited to go to see the Rawza. So our Sheikh told this hadith, take your time, settle down and go. because you're going to see, give salam to Rasulullah sallam. So make your preparation. Don't be hasty. And that time they mentioned this hadith. So this is a famous hadith that that's done there. Anyway, when Rasulullah told these two qualities of this Al-Asad bin Qais, he said to Rasulullah, Ya Rasulullah, these two qualities, is Allah implanted me inside me, or it is me who grow this quality? Because sometimes we grow our quality, like training. Sometimes we told our kids be patient and everything, and they practice the thing and they grow in themselves. And so he's a smart guy. He's asking, is this already inside me from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or did I do something to grow them? Then Rasulullah said, no, Allah implanted these two qualities in you. And then he said, Alhamdulillah, that's very good. And then another famous hadith, then when they are trying to leave, they said, Ya Rasulullah, we have a tribe in front of our tribe, and they are still not Muslim. And we cannot come cross them without fighting them. We could come now because this is the month of the Rajab, because that is the time the fighting is prohibited whole over the Arab, because of the 4 sacred months, they cannot fight there. So next time we come, it will be next year again. So what to do that? So he teach us something that for this 1 year we teach our people in Bahrain. So Rasulullah said, I teach you, I command you to have iman in Allah. And then he said to pray. And then said to do zakah and fast during the month of Ramadan. He didn't talk about the Hajj at that time, because this is the 5th year of Ahzab, Hijrah. The Makkah is not conquered at that time, so Rasulullah didn't mention the Hajj. And that hadith is also famous, because we know another famous hadith. These 5 things that the Shahada, Shahada, La ilaha illallah, praying, zakah, Ramadan and Hajj. This is the pillar of Islam, not Iman. But in this hadith, Rasulullah said, have Iman in Allah, and then he said this one. So there is a link between Iman and Islam. Obviously, you know this link. And I looked into that. There's scholars also who make theses about only in this hadith. Why there's 2 different things? Why one time these are the pillar of Islam, and Rasulullah mentioned it again in the Iman of Islam. I mean, the pillar of the Iman. So anyway, so that is another hadith. And also they said, in our place in Bahrain is very cold in winter time. So can we still continue drinking alcohol? Because there are a few kinds of alcohol. So can we drink? So then Rasulullah named all the types of alcohol, and he said, no, none of them is allowed. So that is another hadith, the proof that sometimes, earlier Islam, that even sometimes, they said, this kind of wine is allowed, then this is not allowed. This is haram, this is not halal. This can be handled, this. No, Rasulullah even mentioned the name of different time. This alcohol from barley, this from grapes, this from this. And he said every one of them is haram. So none of them is, and this is the tribe who got the message from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The next tribe is the tribe of Banu Sa'd ibn Bakr. Banu Sa'd ibn Bakr is a famous tribe in the sense, Halima, you all remember who is Halima, right? Halima is the foster mother of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So she was from this tribe. So that's why Banu Bakr ibn Sa'd is a famous tribe. And there was a guy here, their leader was Dimama ibn Salaba. And there's a famous hadith about that one also. This is the guy who came and who asked Rasulullah, because the Bedouins, they are Bedouins, and they are very crude at that time. So they came into the masjid, and he said, who is Muhammad? Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He even asked, who is the Muhammad? Then Rasulullah said, yes, I am Muhammad. So can I ask you something? Yes. Okay, I will ask you something very harsh. So don't get angry. So he's telling us he will ask something hard. So tell me, who created the sky? So Rasulullah said, Allah created the sky. Who created the land? Allah created the land. Who created the mountain? Allah created. So tell me by His name, are you the real one that Allah sent you? Are you the real messenger? Then they say, yes, I am the real messenger. And this is the guy who said, whatever what I should do in Islam. Then Rasulullah said, you have to pray 5 times, you have to fast during the month of Ramadan. If you have extra money, you have to give zakah, and you have to pay do Hajj once in your lifetime. That is enough. And this is the guy who said, I will not do anything more than this. Whatever you told me, I will do this. Nothing more than this. Is it enough? Rasulullah said, yes, it's enough. You go. And then he learned from and this is the hadith you all hear, that this is the basic of Islam, that at least you have to do the fard of the Islam. The next tribe is the tribe of Muzayna. There's one miracle about this tribe. That's the only thing mentioned in the books. That this tribe, when this tribe came, and there are almost 400 people, and they stayed in Medina for a few days, like 2 or 3 weeks. And when they are trying to leave Medina, they have lost they finished their food. So they said, we are going far away back to our tribes, so we need food. So Rasulullah said, ask Umar radhiyallahu anhu, go get them, bring some dates and give them the food from your house. So Umar radhiyallahu anhu said, I don't have enough date for 400 people. Yeah, Rasulullah, I cannot give you. Then Rasulullah said, go to your room and give the dates. He again commanded him. And when Umar went back to his room, he saw a mountain of dates in his room, like the dates the dates are touching the ceiling of the room of Umar anhu, and then he got it's a miracle from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam with the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa taala, and then he gave the dates to the tribes, and they went back. The next one is the tribe of Banu Asad ibn Khuzaimah. This tribe is mentioned because there is an ayah of Surah Al-Hujurat is mentioned about this tribe. This tribe came and they accepted Islam and everything, but they had a bit of arrogance inside them. So what they said, look, we are the one who traveled so much to come to you. You didn't go to us. So they're talking like this, Rasulullah. We are the one who traveled, and we disheveled our hair, we disheveled our face, we went through the dust and everything, and we came here. So as if they're talking in such a way that they did a favor by joining Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Sometimes it happens, you are the leader and a group of people come, look, we are joining with you guys, and we're doing a favor to you. Now we are increasing your number. So this is how they are talking, and Allah revealed an ayah, or Surah Al-Hujurat, in ayah 17, Allah said, tell them this is not a favor from them, rather it's a favor from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah give them the Islam. And then Allah said, Islam, they have accepted Islam, but Iman hasn't entered into their heart yet. So they have accepted the Islam, but the test of Iman is still not in there. And if you read the Surah Al-Hujurat, it's a small surah, and you will find this ayah, inshallah ta'ala, there. The next one, the tribe of Amir bin Sa'sa. This tribe, actually a tribe that came with a negative intention, and we talked about this tribe before. When we talked that there was a group of Sahaba, they were invited as a teacher, as a alim, to teach the people by tricking, so the group of people, this tribe, they tricked the Sahaba, and all the Sahaba went there and they've been massacred. So this is the tribe, and the leader of this tribe was Tufail ibn Amr. So he came here in the delegation as if he wanted to accept Islam, but his plan was to assassinate Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So he had another guy, his name was, I think I put it here, Arbaz or something, yeah, Arbaz. He told Arbaz that, when I talk to him, I will ask Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam questions. You stand behind Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and when he is answering my question, and he will be like, involved with me talking, you stab him from the back. So this is astaghfirullah, this is the plan. And that guy actually, he put the dagger, he put the poison in the dagger, and he came from the back door of the room of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and this guy, Amr ibn Tufail, he's asking question, to Rasulullah, what to do in Islam and all these things and other things. And he's making, ishara to the guy, this is the time, stab him. But that guy was standing doing nothing. Then he again is making ishara, he's not doing anything. Then at the end, Amr ibn Tufail said to Rasulullah, he said, that guy is doing nothing. So he said to Muhammad Rasulullah, that what, I'm not going to accept Islam until you promise me one thing, that is that once you die, the whole kingdom will be mine. Look how arrogant he is. Like he's going to make sure that once Rasulullah dies, he's going to take over. And also, you will be charge of Medina, I will be charge of my area. So as if Islam will be like under him, and Rasulullah is a separate entity. Anyway, so Rasulullah obviously said, no, this is not how Islam is. So you can leave. So he left, and that guy also left. And then Tufail asked the guy Arbaz, why didn't you do anything? I was doing your ishara. Why didn't you stab him? He said, look, I have the intention to kill him, as you told me. But when you were talking and I was looking at him, I couldn't see him. I don't see anybody except you in the room. When you were making ishara, I can only see you. And this is not the first time also. This has happened with Rasulullah before. This is a miracle from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Can anybody tell when it happened before? When people couldn't see Rasulullah, but he was in front of them. Yes, when he was doing hijrah, when he was leaving his home from Makkah, and at night, and that reference was mentioned also in Surah Al-Yasin, that there's a reference to that, Allah, put a veil in front of the eyes of the other people so they couldn't see. So this is what happened, and these two people, Tufail, on his way back, he's not a Muslim, he's a crude man and everything, so he stayed in a place for a woman or something on the way, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him a disease on that night. And because he was the chief, he saw the disease coming on his hand, and he didn't want to die in a place like in some lady's place or something. So he took his horse and went somewhere, and nobody even found his body. So he out of this disease, he died, and nobody even see his body. The other guy who tried to kill Rasulullah and who couldn't see Rasulullah, he actually went back to his tribe, and he said something very bad about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like some bad debate about some bad thing about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and what happened to him, actually it's been narrated that a thunder came from the sky one day and finished him and his camel. And this was the tafsir of the Surah Al-Ra'd. Surah Al-Ra'd means the thunder. The ayah 11, 12 and 13 actually the reference to this one. If you read the tafsir of Tabari and even Ibn Kathir also, he mentioned that this incident is linked with this one. Allah mentioned in that, in Surah Al-Ra'd, that this is going to happen. He who talks bad about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah punished him with the Ra'd. And Surah Al-Ra'd is also famous for another ayah and another thing. Can anyone tell what is Surah Al-Ra'd famous for? There's an ayah that we always use most of the time in the lectures and everything, that Allah doesn't help those nations who doesn't help themselves. Inna Allaha ma yughayyiruka bima qaumin or bima hatta qaumin anfusihim. Meaning Allah doesn't help. And also Surah Ra'd is 13 number surah, and it has a sizda also after this ayah, after ayah number 15. So that is the ayah that always Allah doesn't change the status of a nation or a person unless you try yourself. And the last one for today, the tribe of Tamim ad-Dari, and this is also a famous tribe and a famous Sahaba. And there is a hadith. This is famous because this tribe they accepted Islam and everything, but Rasulullah gathered all the people in the masjid, and this hadith is described in Sahih Muslim. This tribe hadith is Sahih Muslim. It's authentic. And he said, Rasulullah said, that everybody after the prayer, everybody sit. I have an announcement to make. This is Tamim ad-Dari. Tamim ad-Dari is the leader of this tribe, and he's going to tell you something. So what Tamim said, that we went to a journey in an ocean, and it was a storm there. Our boat was lost, and we went to an unknown island. We don't know where is that island, but we stayed there. And we got off the island, and we found a beast. And that beast, we cannot see his head, we cannot see his back. And we asked the beast, what are you? I mean, it's not a tiger or anything, a lion. What are you? And the beast talked to us, and he said, I am Jassasa. Jassasa is the beast of Dajjal. And the beast said, there is a man waiting for you in the monastery, up in the mountain. Go see him. So Tamim ad-Dari and some other people, they went and see that guy. And that guy was chained up. He was like a giant. He had shackle in his hand and everything. And he said to them, who are you? The Tamim ad-Dari asked, who are you? The giant guys asked him, tell me who are you, where are you from? So they said, we are from the land of Arabia. And then tell me about the palm trees of Baisan. Baisan is a place, in somewhere in Arabia. They said, yes, the palm trees are fine. And then the giant said, that palm tree won't be fine. Very soon there will be no palm tree over there. Then he said, tell me about the lake of Tabari. Tabari is another place in near Syria or something. And they said, yeah, the lake is fine. There's lots of water. And then he said that very soon the water will be dried up. Then they asked, who are you? He said, I am Dajjal. And he said, I am Dajjal. And tell me about the Nabiul Ummiin, the prophet of the Ummiin. What is he doing? Has he already fight with the Arab? They said, yes, he fought with the Arab, and he win over the Arab, and Islam is spreading everywhere. And then said that so very soon, it is time very soon that Allah will release me from here, and I will go, and I will go to every land except for the city of Makkah and Tayyib. Now when he said Makkah and Tayyib, Rasulullah, Tamim ad-Dari is saying this in the mimbar, Rasulullah with his staff do like this and said, this is Tayyib, this is Tayyib. So Medina is Tayyib, another name of Medina is Tayyib. So this is the hadith, and this is famous, this is the hadith of Dajjal. But although this hadith in Sahih Muslim, and as we all know, any hadith in Bukhari and Muslim is Sahih, authentic, no doubt about it. But there are a few scholars, and among them, the recent scholar who passed away, Ibn Usaymin. Usaymin was the Grand Mufti of Saudi Arabia. He passed away probably 20-25 years ago. And he also said this hadith has some issues, there's some problems. The problem is we have lots of other narration of Dajjal, and those narration doesn't match with this one. Because we know that Dajjal will be a short man. And those hadiths are also authentic from Bukhari and everything. And when there is two Sahih hadiths contradicting, one in Bukhari, one in Muslim, scholars give preference to Bukhari. Because Bukhari, he is the first one, and he's the teacher of Imam Muslim and everything. So they give preference, not in the sense that those are not authentic, but if it comes like this way. And also, there are other description that there was a guy in Medina, inside Medina. He was a magician from the Jewish. His name was Ibn Sa'ad. And Rasulullah himself used to doubt him as Dajjal. Rasulullah himself doubted that he could be the Dajjal. So how come Rasulullah know this hadith and doubt this guy? So that's another issue. And Umar till he died, he used to think that this guy Ibn Sa'ad is a Dajjal. but actually he's not, because he's pastor and everything. But they had the doubt for this. So lot of scholars said that this is a Sahih hadith. And also there was a recent scholar from Saudi Arabia. His PhD was on this hadith only, to find out whether this hadith, what is the chain of narration, all this thing, and he had a book about this also. So he found out, yes, hadith is Sahih from the criteria and everything, but the tradition, the narration chain has some little bit of weakness, but we cannot say it weak because it's that weak, but because in light of Quran and Sunnah, the other description, the Shaykh Uthaymin said, my mind doesn't say that, it is a totally authentic hadith. We don't know whether Rasulullah said it or not. If he said it, we believe it. If we don't believe it. But this hadith is a famous hadith, and a lot of scholars, even if you go to Dajjal, the lecture of Dajjal, a lot of YouTube video, if you see, a lot of scholars give this hadith, but they didn't mention that, but this has some issues. So we don't know it, but this is why this tribe was famous, that this tribe was the one who described the Dajjal. So inshallah ta'ala we'll finish it here today. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.